Hey folks, how are you doing? So, as you see, got the 3 EDCs that I finished little by little. Number 4 was actually pretty much done a couple days back, but I just today I got around to do that secondary screw. I think I showed it to you guys. But before I start that, I want to give big thank you to Nick I'll actually show his business card too, if somebody's interested, because what he sent me he wanted to send me a little, kind of like a housewarming gift for the new house. So if you gonna like what you're gonna see, which I'm pretty sure you will, you can hit him up. You know, he probably sells this stuff, and I know he's a knife maker as well. So Nick sent me this, which completely blew my mind, because I was expecting maybe like a little knife or something, but check that out. He forged this mokume and it's absolutely amazing, beautiful, simple, not crazy like some, I don't know how, master bladesmiths or something, but it's stunning, and it's definitely gonna do. Now I'm really hoping to, start making some money and buy that mill so I can do some. I'm not a bolster guy, but I definitely want to do a bolster out of this. It's not gonna fit the whole scale for the folder, which was the first thing I checked, but definitely gonna do some bolsters, or maybe even an inlay or something, maybe like some simple looking thing. But it's just beautiful, look at that. From the looks of it, I would guess, I don't know, brass and nickel silver, or I have no idea really. I'm never studied what you can make a mokume out of, but it's beautiful. Nick, thank you very much, bro, I really appreciate it. Whoa, almost dropped it on the freshly finished knives. So number 4, you've seen this one. You've seen it actually before I changed the colors. It used to be that bronzish, purplish color, but I wasn't crazy about it, so I changed it. I stonewashed the blade, which came out pretty nice. Look at that nice stonewash on it. And did the flats with that rough 36 grit lines. I like that a lot. You're gonna see on the next one. This one is actually for my probably the best customer, Ken, who's actually also gonna be getting that kitchen knife I mentioned yesterday. Very nice guy in Canada. He bought a lot of my knives. So nice action, rock solid, perfectly centered. I'm getting, learning more and more some things what I can, as the problems pop out, I, try to fix them, and I always find some solutions. So far, it's really just be precise. The D10, I had some issues, but not really an issue. It was just, like the ball just fell in, so I just pinned it out, like a couple of my friends suggested, and also knew about it. Like when you drill the hole, the small hole, like for a D10, if it for some reason gets too wide because the bit is wobbly or something, and the ball is just microscopically like too small for the hole, but a very little bit only if it is, you can take a little hammer with this round end, or a stick, metal rod with the round end, and like tap it in, and you're gonna kind of compress the material back into the hole, which makes it tighter again, so you can actually set the D10 just again, and that's why you drill the D10 hole through, so if that happens, you can push the D10 ball out, correct it, and then set it back in. So that's the first one, number 4. Ready. This one doesn't have the edge, the blade was just in the stonewash. So that's gonna go to Ken once the kitchen knife is ready. Second one, number 5, I did today actually, and this is for my good friend Sebastian, one of my best friends. I thought that he wanted number 5. Weirdly enough, he wanted 6, which is gonna go to Bob, but once he seen it, he liked it. Originally I had the whole handle scales stonewash, just nice and clean look, very nice stonewash on it. Let me show you the titanium with the stonewash. But he said he likes it, but he would like something a little different, and he liked the idea of what I did before. This had that two-tone finish on the flats before, I just changed the coloring. So he said that he liked that idea, so I did it on this also. But this one is kind of like almost like a mirror. It's not mirror, but it's like very fine satin on the flats on both sides, and also on the pocket clip. Everything is stonewash, just the kind of like the flats are very shiny. I don't know how you can, yeah, you can see it there. So you have he said nice that when it's all stone wash, it's kind of hard to see that how much contouring is in the handle, but when you do those flats, it shows you actually how much of that contouring is there, and it does look different, you know. There isn't such a thing on the knives like, you know, that this handle shaping like I do. So I do like it kind of like a signature thing. Me personally, I couldn't make my mind really which one I like. I think the last one I like the best, you'll see. So Sebastian has actually convex grind on this, but still with a nice, very even flat on the top. You see then the really nice plunge line, perfectly like centered and everything, chamfered everything inside, outside, everything is nice and rounded. So pretty cool knife. My fingers are so sore again because the whole day I was working on the knives. Perfectly centered, nice action, nice D10 and everything, nice lockup. Sebastian is kind of like, not early, but it's, you know, early considering what I've been doing, you know, on these folders, but still rock solid. I don't know, I don't even dare to, there's no point of saying all the percentage, what's the percentage of the lockup, I think it's silly. And the last one for Bob, number 6, I think I like this handle the best. So if you look it up, you know, if you see it from far, it just has the dark finish, kind of dark, dirty finish, like a work finish. You have nice flat grind with the, also I have to finish, sharpen, put the edge on because it was in the stone wash. But nice lean grind, stronger tip, knock off the corners, and the handle looks like it's dirty, you know, like a grayish almost from the distance. But when you look up close and when you get the good lighting, I don't think I will be actually able to do it here on this light. It actually has, what it is I finished the handle, contour the handle like my regular style, you know, my signature handle shaping, but I did it with a 36 grit, purposely leaving the deep scratch lines. There are, you know, beautiful, very talented knife makers, very good knife makers like WR Blade Works and many others that use this technique, but on sometimes they use it on the copper or brass materials, sometimes on titanium. That rough grind that gives you almost like a, you know, uniform. I would probably, the closest thing I could think of is kind of like a wood grain. You can see those grain lines there, right? I personally love it. I can see that it's probably not everybody's taste, but I like it, and I anodized it with those, you know, that rough finish, and then I threw it into the stone wash. So stone wash takes off everything except the deep scratches, the coloring, the anodization inside the grind lines. So that gives you the illusion, if you are further away, that it looks almost like a blackish grayish, dark gray, but up close and when you play with it in the color, in the sunlight or regular light, you see those hints of kind of like a purplish or bronzish sometimes even, and I like it a lot. It also gives you kind of nice texture to it, up and down only, you know, obviously when you slide back and forth you're going with the grind lines, so up and down you feel some nice texturing to it almost, and but I love how it looks, that kind of like a worker rough finish, and it's very nice to touch. So guys, let me know what you think. I personally like them. I don't know, I couldn't really pick a favorite. I'm super happy with the grind on Sebastian's because it's convex, not flat. I've been doing flat on these because you really want to make them perfect, you know, that nice crisp line and everything. That's very hard with the convex. I don't want to really risk it with the convex. I did on these, I nailed it, so that I was really happy about. But even the flats on my folders, they will cut really exceptionally well, so there is not really much of a difference. But Sebastian really wanted me to do that convex because, you know, that's my grind, like kind of signature thing. He's actually sharp. So I love this handle, love this grind, but really hard to pick the favorite. They're all my babies. I like them all almost, you know, evenly. I guess my favorite, even with all the flaws and everything, it's gotta be my first one. It's different than the rest. I do like these handles better, but just because of that meaning for me that it's my first folding knife, like true first, you know, from start to finish. I think that's why it's my favorite and I love it. And also, one tip, if you're stone washing stuff and you want to stone wash the thumb studs, I don't stone wash the thumb studs on the blade itself. I always take it off and put it on something else. Like I have this throwaway scale that I use for all different things. I screw it into that and put that into the stone wash because I don't want to have a left out spot on the blade. But when you do that, just make sure that those thumb studs are nice and tight there, because they will unscrew. And right now I have a pair of thumb studs there, which I don't think I'll ever find in that big bucket. So that's a tip of the day. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.